Will you be on Kristen Stewart's side for cheating on Robert Pattinson with the well-known film director Rupert Sanders? If you think this is intriguing, continue watching this video because the stories that follow are ready to spice up your already wide open mouth. Story time. Subscribe for a new chapter with a new story every day. Number 1. Kristen Stewart and Rupert Sanders. In 2012, Kristen Stewart was dating her Twilight co-star Rupert Pattinson when certain pictures surfaced. She was cuddling and kissing English director Rupert Sanders in those pictures, whom she had met on the set of Snow White and the Huntsman. Rupert was married to Liberty Ross and had 2 children. Even though Kristen and Robert were not public with their relationship, Kristen was forced to issue an apology after the photos went viral. She said, "I'm deeply very sorry for the hurt and embarrassment I've caused. The momentary indiscretion had jeopardized the most important thing in my life. The person I love and respect the most, Rob. I love him. I love him. I'm so sorry." Rupert apologized too, saying, "I'm utterly distraught about the pain I've caused my family. I'm praying that we can get through this together." But it was not enough to repair the damage they caused. Model Liberty Ross filed for divorce against Rupert in 2013 and was finalized in 2014. Kristen and Robert gave their relationship another chance but eventually broke up in 2013. This news took a heavy toll on Kristen's professional life. Her fans gave her a hard time for doing this to Rupert. Even President Donald Trump called her out through tweets. Because of this controversy, she was also not approached for the 2016 sequel, The Huntsman: Winter's War. Number 2. Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore. Demi and Ashton met in 2003, and 2 years later, they decided to spend the rest of their lives together. But after 8 years of marriage, they decided to part ways. The 2.5 Men star was caught on camera partying with a young blonde woman in his bedroom. It was even worse to reveal that this happened on their 6th wedding anniversary. In her memoir, Demi Moore reveals that Ashton chose to justify it instead of being remorseful and apologizing for his disgraceful behavior. He came up with excuses like he didn't know where their marriage stood. Because they recently invited a third person to their bedroom, he thought he was allowed to sleep with other women. They got divorced in 2013. Number 3. Anderson Cooper and Ben Maisani. The CNN broadcaster Anderson Cooper was in a long-term relationship with Ben Maisani. They were together for over 3 years when Ben was photographed kissing another man in a New York park. It is still unclear whether the pictures were taken before they met, but there is no reason for Ben to be photographed during that time. But even after 2 weeks of the appearance of the photos, they were spotted living together. They continued to lead very private lives. Number 4. Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton. Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton made 11 films together, and their scandal was one of the most infamous ones yet. They were addressed as Liz and Dick by the fans. They met each other through Debbie Fisher, Richard's first wife and Elizabeth's high school friend. They were in an affair while being married to the respective spouses. The affair was brought to the spotlight when they were photographed being together in 1962. Soon, both of them got divorced and tied the knots. But their love did not last much longer as they divorced in 1974, remarried in 1975, and again got divorced within a year. They led very lavish and extravagant lives. When Burton died in 1984, Elizabeth received a letter that said his home was where she was and that he wanted to come home. Number 5. Vance McAllister. American businessman and former member of the United States House of Representatives, was married to Kelly Duncan when the Washita newspaper of West Monroe released a video footage of McAllister kissing one of his staff. The video was recorded in his Monroe congressional office in 2013. He addressed the video stating that there is no doubt I've fallen short and I'm asking for forgiveness. I'm asking for forgiveness from God, my wife, my kids, my staff, and my constituents who elected me to serve. The couple worked on their marriage and continued to lead their life together. Well, you might have seen how hot and entertaining this topic has become that you cannot skip the other stories. Continue watching. Number 6. Hugh Grant and Elizabeth Hurley. English actors Hugh Grant and Elizabeth Hurley were together and were one of the most stunning couples back in the day. It was at its peak when Hugh Grant was caught in an encounter with a prostitute named Divine Brown. Later, he revealed that he was in a bad mood after watching the screening of his Hollywood debut. Disheartened by his performance, he started drinking, then went on to pay $60 to Brown for a sex act. He was arrested for the same and sentenced to pay a fine of $1,000. He said, "I've hurt people I love and embarrassed people I work with. For both things, I'm more sorry than I can ever possibly say." Elizabeth stayed with him even after the incident, but eventually they parted ways after 13 years. Number 7. Katharine McPhee and Michael Morris. Singer and actress Katharine McPhee, who gained her fame through American Idol, was involved in an extramarital affair with director Michael Morris. This affair led to their separation from their respective spouses. Katharine was married to manager Nick Kokas for 6 years and Michael to Mary McCormack for 10 years with 3 children. Soon photos showed Katharine and Michael kissing surfaced and the marriages broke up. "I got married really young and then divorced. And in the last couple of years, I felt like, wow, this is what I should have been doing when I was 20 instead of planning a wedding. But I don't have any regrets. All of the choices I made, I learned from in a really deep way," Katharine told in an interview. Number 8. Jason Aldean and Brittany Kerr. American singer Jason Aldean appeared to be in a happy married life with Jessica Ussery. In 2012, pictures of Jason kissing Brittany Kerr, a former American Idol contestant, became viral. Both of them were swift in issuing apologies, but it was not enough to save his marriage. After 7 months of the scandal, Jessica filed for divorce. Even though they had a rough start, Jason and Brittany became closer and announced their engagement in 2014. They have 2 children together and lead a very happy life, but they wish they could have had a better start to their relationship. Number 9. LeAnn Rimes and Eddie Cibrian. When American singer LeAnn Rimes and actor Eddie Cibrian met, they were married. LeAnn to dancer Dean Shermatt and Eddie to TV star Brandi Glanville. They began an affair while shooting for the film Northern Lights in 2009. Not too soon after, pictures of the couple kissing were posted online and they got divorced from their partners. Eventually, they got married to each other in 2010. Since then, Brandi, LeAnn, and Eddie have been in constant feuds regarding the custody of the children, among other things. Number 10. Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart cheating on his wife Eniko Hart came as a shock to the entire world, especially when she was pregnant with their first child. Kevin Hart is an American stand-up comedian and actor. He married Eniko in 2016 and raised 4 children together. When Eniko was 8 months pregnant with their first son, she received an anonymous message which contained a video of her husband with another woman. It was confirmed by herself during her appearance in a Netflix docu-series. Initially, Kevin laughed off the whole matter, but he confessed to cheating when his son was born. He proceeded to apologize to his son and wife on national television. Seems a bit embarrassing but interesting, right? So, that's all about our video. If you like this video, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up. Turn on the notifications by hitting on the bell icon so that you get notified every time we come up with a brand new video. Until then, adios.